Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Oregon Board of Education meeting of December 19th. We'll have the call to order starting with the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do we have the roll call, please, Mrs. Ferguson?
Certainly. Mrs. Cathers?
Here.
Mrs. Molnar?
Here.
Mr. Savick?
Here.
And Mr. Zavisky?
Here.
Please silence all personal electronic devices during the meeting. I need a motion to adopt the agenda as written, please.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Cathers?
Yes.
Mr. Savick?
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky?
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar?
Yes. And now our favorite part of the whole evening, we have Eisenhower Intermediate School students who are going to give a report on what's going on at Ike. You want to come on up? Microphone's right here.
I'm going to sneak off to the side.
Oh,
Your head's going to be hard to deal with.
oh.
You can kind of roll to the side.
I'm Mr. Haar, and then Mrs. Gernhauser is here tonight representing the student council at Eisenhower. It's both our first years running student council out at Eisenhower, and then we have 3 representatives that will be talking about what we have been doing at Eisenhower, what we're working on right now, and then our hopes and goals in the next couple years and in the spring semester. Up first is going to be Evan Eckhart.
Hello, my name is Evan Eckhart. I'm in the Boys Council and Student Council. Here are a couple things that have been going on at Eisenhower. For Student Council, we did a canned food drive, which we have got, it's here. Oh yeah, 1,823 cans collected for the canned food drive. 19 students ran for student council, and 63 ran for all the whole school. The school. Well, here's a quick video. We can't do that.
A cat! I love cats! What's that on my feet? Another cat! I love cats! This cat.
Some other things that have been happening at the school. The Eagle Way, we have been working on that, which is like treat others right and be respectful. We are doing DTOOPD days, which is where you would represent the school with gold and green colors. Some other things we have been happening at the school is Red Ribbon Week, which we did like Jersey Day, Twins Day, Superheroes Day, and Tie-Dye Day. We have art club through Lego Club, archery mornings, youth meets once a month, and fitness meets on Wednesdays of the month for clubs. We also held the first Halloween bash in the evening, where we had stations like dancing, a movie, bingo, with prizes, and a photo booth, and ice cream donated by Dairy Depot. Thanks for listening to me and Ike activities.
Hi, my name is Colt Zimmerman, and I'm a 5th grader at Ike. There are a ton of activities that are happening in the next couple of months.
You can just take that one down if you want. Yeah, just take it off the stand. There you go. Be more comfortable.
Student Council will be doing candygrams for the school and also coming up with new ideas for fundraisers. One of our ideas is penny wars, but details are still being worked out. Some areas that the Student Council want to start focusing on is on things inside the school, like buddy benches, outdoor recess, and having gym speakers for Miss Stevens to know when the announcements are on. Even more than Student Council, there are a ton of events for the school. The 6th graders are going to the camp at the end of January. Something that you will see every day after the school is the Descendants practice. The people listed on the screen are the ones from Ike participating in the play. The play is ran by Angela Cooney. This Thursday, we have a school-wide spelling bee taking place with 2 students from every language arts class. Our spring semester, we will have a new event taking place with the Ike Hangout, just an afternoon school activity where students do activities and have time to socialize with peers. Also, going on will be our annual hoedown, where the 6th graders get to show off their dancing skills from Camp Missiondo with the 5th graders. Lastly, our mud run will take place at the end of May to cap off our school year. Next up is Lila Simon with what Ike and Student Council are looking to plan in the future.
Hi, my name is Lila Simon, and I will be talking about the hopes and goals for the future. Our goal as a student council is to help raise school spirit. We are hoping to have different days throughout the year to get student council excited about activities. Also, we are looking to push Eagles lessons on E+R=1 into the I community, along with working with the Helping Hands group and Youth to Youth. Certainly, we are trying to make suggestions from students on how to improve the experience at Ike and putting together presentations to talk about teachers and administration to get our views across. The next part, we are looking to get student council more involved by helping to sell Ike merchandise so we can do more activities and donate from our school. As a group, student council wants to build a family in our group. So we are trying to have a lock-in first with student council members and then build up upon that for the future. Lastly, we are looking to become more involved with the community and other elementary schools. We are to become mentors for other students and allow us to be seen in the community. That is our push for the next year. Be more on social media so everyone can see what great things are happening at Ike. Thank you for listening and stop by at Ike to see what's going on.
Yeah, can we get, Mr. Harder, you get up there? We'll get a picture. Sandwich. The whole group.
Get inside the green.
Kids.
If you guys can get inside the green. Perfect. All right. 2, 3. Excellent. Thank you.
And kids, before you go, could you come up to the microphone, introduce who's here with you tonight? I know you have some family members, so just come up and say, hey, it's my mom and dad and their names, or if it's someone else.
My mom and grandma are here.
Your mom, and what are your mom and grandma's names?
Ashley and Kathleen.
All right, welcome.
My mom, dad, my sister, my aunt, and my uncle. My dad's name is Ahmed, my mom's name is Fatmi, my sister's name is Aaliyah, my aunt's name is Ramzi, and my uncle's name is Moody.
Fantastic.
I have my mom, and her name is Shannon.
Great. Families, thank you so much for supporting your children and allowing them to come out tonight. We really appreciate that very much. We only get to do this every once in a while, so advisors, thank you so much for spending your time. And kids, great job. You were well prepared. So did you guys help make that, put that together? Yeah, great job. Future leaders. All right, thank you guys.
left, and I think you can make it. And if you want to leave now, you are more than welcome to go ahead and go. You have school tomorrow. Mr. Gregory, you're up.
Yes. You can invite Mr. Sandwich to come up. Oh, yes, that was. I put it up. All right. Good. So I'll just say a couple things here real quick. So we have, I'm losing my voice a little bit, so Mr. Sandwich is actually going to read all the names, but I certainly want to thank all of you for coming out tonight and representing a large group of people that make a huge, huge, huge impact in our district every single day. We have 3 groups that we are acknowledging tonight and thanking, and we've got a handful of them that were able to make it. Of course, it's a crazy busy time, and we totally understand, but we are honoring our nurses that we have throughout the district, which we have in each and every school. We can't live without you. You know that. We thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. What you do to take care of our kids is just tremendous. We are honoring our librarians tonight. What they do for kids, elementary, to instill that love of learning is second to none. So we thank you for that. And we definitely cannot run the district without all our support monitors that basically care for our kids every single day throughout the cafeterias and in the recess and all those areas. So thank you on behalf of the whole district so much. And to those of you who are here, we're going to invite you up. So we're going to acknowledge every single person by reading their names. But if you're here, please come up. And it's going to be a joyful and a very fun, I have a feeling, picture here in the future. So here's Mr. Sandwich. All right.
Again, as Mr. Gregory said, we just want to honor you tonight. So as I read your name, if you'll come up and get your certificate, hang around, and we'll get your picture taken right afterwards.
Don't steal anything.
So first is Libby Bakar, Jill Duvey, Nicole Huntermark, Christy Jones,
Jill, thank you. Congratulations. Here's the certificate.
Betsy Langford,
Yeah, Christy's here. Don't go too fast, I'll get out of order here. Christy, thank you for being here. There's that.
Ashley Segura,
Betsy, thank you for being here. You were sprinting almost past her.
Sherry Sexton is not here this evening, and Sue Ward Ziegler.
Thank you so much for being here.
These ladies are our district nurses. And we just thank you so much for what you do every day.
Sue's excited. She's got some big news this year. Come on up here.
Next, we have our district librarians, Beth Beach, Karen DeMaria is
Thank
not
you for
here,
representing that. Appreciate it.
and
There you
Pam Newton, she is here.
go. Hopefully enjoying the new job.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Thank you.
And we're going to read all of them. The rest of them are our monitors. Denise Allen, Donald Ball, Donald Brock, Ashton Brooks, Pamela Bubenko, Linda Chapman, Peyton DeMoe, Michelle Dickman, Angie Hales.
I.E. Here you go, Grinch. Congratulations.
Jessica Haskell. Michelle Haynes. Justine Howland Feller. Stephanie Jeffries. Carrie Laboon. Becky Laguerre. Carolyn Newman. Vicki Pauken. Mercedes Spacina. Jean Ruskinoff. Jarrett Serwin. Misty Smith. And Vivian Stoller.
So let's give everybody a round of applause. So, all right. So, ladies, thank you so much. We're going to do a picture here. But I got to find out what Angie's motivation is tonight. So, those of you, do you guys, anybody know Angie? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try not to embarrass her or get in trouble at all. But I tease her all the time about wearing shorts.
Pajamas. Don't even go there.
Yeah, she doesn't. I am so thrilled because tonight she doesn't have shorts on. She's, I hope so. But Angie and all of these folks care so much about the kids, and I'm so excited that you did this. It's going to be such a cool picture. So ladies, congratulations. Thank you for everything. I truly hope you understand. We truly appreciate what you do every day, and we appreciate you making the trek out tonight. So let's get a picture.
Okay, hold on.
Keep it appropriate.
Of course, always. Am I in the middle or I gotta move over?
You're fine. You're fine. Oh my
You're
goodness.
lying to me.
Great.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
One for every building. Do you need help?
I'm beyond help.
Just the nurses? Yeah, we can get just the nurses. And we can get Beth alone if she wants to be alone.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Oh, there's two
librarians.
Back up your weed, you guys. We can get these. Pam's not as great in my head as a librarian.
Do we have we're doing arms and then.
All right.
Are we done?
Everybody ready?
Okay. We like each other? Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. I know.
So you can get one with Beth and Pam, and then we'll.
And then Angie, also. And then Angie by yourself?
Yeah, you guys are absolutely free to go. But you're welcome to stay. Angie has to stay, though.
All right.
I think we know what it is.
Ready?
Well, I'll just do it.
Thank
you.
We'll make sure you guys get copies of those too.
By myself.
I want one.
Representing the monitors. Oh, goodness.
I'll send it to you.
Well, Merry Christmas to all of you for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Smith, do you have any cards for public participation? I have none. Thank you. Moving on then to the treasurer's report.
All right. A very brief report tonight. At the very top, I did a very brief summary of the true cash review, which I think, has been reviewed every month. The one thing I wanted to point out, though, is I do also we are approving an update on our temporary appropriation measure, and I just want to let you know what's being added. So, it all has to do, there's an 026 fund now, and that's an advance into employee flex accounts. This company, we are with this now, principal with our Section 125 flex monies, handles it a little differently, and we are custodians of the funds, and that's why we set up a fund for that. So that's that fund, and that's on the books tonight. The 495, which we discussed last month, is the construction fund. We got our first advance. It's not going to show on these books because I think it was in December, but we did get the first 10%. So we've got everything going on the construction grant, so that's good news. It gives us a $400,000 advance. And then the increases in the 001 and 003 receipts were the $80,000 split between the two funds. That is the local shares, the district's share of the grant. So we had to set that aside and put that in our budget. We do not have a budget yet set up for the 495 building fund yet because we have to get the bids out and then those will be finalized and we'll get that in there. So that's what the only adjustments to the appropriation measure were. I didn't want you to think. Some minor issues just to keep you up to date with what's going on in the financial offices. And we did receive our report and hopefully the audit will be done in the next couple weeks, but we'll see. But anyway, so we're moving forward, lots going on. But things are going well, just in time for the holidays. So hope everybody has a good one. And that's my report, unless there are questions on the reports that were sent out previously.
Okay, may I have a motion to accept the report, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions for Jane? Roll call.
Mrs. Cathers?
Yes.
Mr. Savick?
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky?
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item 9, any need for an executive session? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to the consent agenda. Are there any items that members of the board wish to pull from the regular meeting consent agenda? Hearing none, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Zavisky?
Yes.
Mr. Savick?
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers?
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Moving on to new business. We need a motion to adopt a resolution. This resolution is the authorization to purchase from bus bids by the Ohio Schools Council. Whereas the Oregon City School District is a member of the Ohio Schools Council. On May 1st, 2023, the Ohio Schools Council received bids for school buses on behalf of its members. The Oregon City School District Board of Education authorizes the purchase of 2 71-passenger conventional school bus chassis that were bid through the Ohio Schools Council. Therefore, be it resolved, the Oregon City School District Board of Education wishes to purchase 2 71-passenger conventional school bus chassis and bodies from the bids received through the Ohio School Council on May 1st, 2023. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second? I'll second. Discussion?
Can I ask, what's the difference between these three? This one, A, sounds like it's approving 2 buses. Are we approving 4 total?
No, just 2. This first
Just
one is a
2 buses.
resolution.
That says
Resolution.
that we're going to purchase 2 buses.
Right.
Then B is to purchase 2 buses.
So if I could help out.
Yeah.
So we use the purchasing meta. Generally, we purchased our buses in the past. Ohio School Council does the same thing, but they needed a similar resolution that we've done with Meta in the past. So the resolution allows us to access their bids, and then in B, we actually make the purchase.
A is really just allowing the district to use the bid. It has nothing to do with, really, there shouldn't be any language about numbers of how many we're going to
That
bid.
is the language that Ohio School Council provides for us.
Okay.
Okay, may we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Savick?
Yes.
Mrs. Molnar.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky?
No.
And Mrs. Cathers?
Yes.
All right.
Item B is the authorization to purchase the buses. We need a motion to purchase 2 71-passenger Bluebird buses utilizing the Ohio School Council bid purchased through Cardinal Bus Sales for $119,300 $395 each. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item C is the authorization to purchase a van. We need a motion to purchase one 9-passenger Ram ProMaster 2500 utilizing the Ohio School Council bid. The purchase is through Bus Service Incorporated, BSI, for $73,837. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Discussion?
Did we figure out the details on who can drive this? And I know last time we were looking at it, I think we approved a resolution to kind of go into this exploration, but it sounded like maybe there was still some mechanics of getting the full use of the van, like would it be bus drivers only, could coaches, is there clarity on any of this?
That's all, this van's gonna take us about 6 months to get here. We've got time to see who's gonna be trained on it, who's actually gonna be driving it. But bus drivers are able to drive it right now, no one else is
Okay.
able to drive it right now.
Okay, but there may be
But
an
it doesn't
opportunity.
mean that they're not capable of doing it if we
Okay.
give them the proper
Yeah,
training.
Got it. So at minimum, bus drivers,
We don't have a policy or even a procedure for coaches or anybody else at this point, which we would need to develop
yes,
and look at others around, and everyone would have to be very, very comfortable.
right. But there's no issue getting full usage out of it, because right now, we're having to use a bus and a bus
Right.
driver.
That's
So we
right.
would just swap to a smaller vehicle, still get full usage and possibly expand over time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item D, it is the authorization to purchase a new PA systems. We need a motion to purchase PA systems across the district from New Era Technology in the amount of $197,832. Funds would be paid out of the safety grant. The bids are as follows: New Era Technology, $197,932. Fairchild Communications, $243,185. Unified, $375,546. May I have a motion to do this, please?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Can we get some, like, what do we mean by PA system when you say throughout the district? What, like, what, how many and where?
So every school, our newest one is Coy. That was the newest building in the renovation that happened here at Clay. But every other building, I think you have the old cabinet at Bassett and at Eisenhower. So we have 3 or 4 different brands in the district, and they're all varying ages, and some are not working, like Star is not working at all, and Eisenhower is close behind.
Is it one per school then? Is what we're
Yes.
buying?
Yep, it's the actual announcements, all of those features that
Does it have
happen.
anything to do with like the auditoriums and gyms or just,
It should,
like will they use it, will it be used for games
No,
or special events and stuff? It's just more the building now.
yeah, this is classroom and common space speakers that are existing. This is not an expansion of any of those speakers. It's just a replacement of the head end units that are failing.
Okay.
Further discussion or questions, please? Roll call.
Excuse me, Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item E, Course Offerings Handbook for Clay High School. We need a motion to approve the 2024-25 Course Offerings Handbook for Clay High School. The handbook has been distributed to the board. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Roll call.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item F, Graduating Seniors. We need a motion to approve the list of Clay High School graduates pending fulfillment of the state and local requirements. The list was provided to the board. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Seconded, congratulations.
Any discussion or questions?
Jim, is this just the mid-year graduation list?
Yes,
Okay, there's like 4 or 5 potentials.
there are potential 4 that will take right up until the last exam on Thursday to determine if they are going to walk or not.
All right, thank you.
Roll call?
All right, Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item G, membership in the Ohio School Board Association and related services and publications for 2024. I need a motion to approve the following memberships. OSBA membership for 2024, School Management News subscription, which is electronic, and the Legal Assistance Fund. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Quick question, Kel, probably for you. When they do like these school services, it's more school related, so is it? But it's on a calendar year, not based on, memberships are based on calendar year, not school year?
That's correct.
Okay.
Just like
Right.
terms.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Appointment of the President Pro Tem. OSBA has recommended that boards of education appoint a President Pro Tem at the December board meeting so that the organizational meeting in January can be opened up by that person. Thus, it would be appropriate at this time to appoint a President Pro Tem that would be effective January 1st, 2023 for the organizational meeting. Mr. Savick, would you take that position?
I would be pleased to do so.
Okay, thank you. Item I, donations. We need a motion to accept the following donations. Brenda Kiss Fondesi made a $300 donation to the Athletic Boosters to be used for football or volleyball program. May I have a motion to accept, please?
So moved with thanks.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Quick question, Jane. When someone makes a donation with a restriction to it, is it like a restricted fund that goes in that separates that for those that you can?
Yeah, we tend to put it into their personal accounts. And Joey would probably be the one to have split this, like 150, 150.
But you have specific like sub-accounts or
Oh,
something
yes,
that
yes,
identifies
Yes,
the
we
purpose of
certainly
each of
do.
those?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's required, yeah.
Further questions or discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item J, disposal of materials. There are 31 books and a 2006 Chevy Cobalt, which is a non-titled car donated by All Star Driver Education. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Roll call?
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
And Mrs. Molnar.
Yes. Item K, disposal of equipment and materials. The items listed in the November 21st agenda for disposal have been disposed of in accordance with board policy. And moving to the superintendent.
Thank you. Just a couple things here. One, I wanted to bring your attention that Mrs. Bin is feeling lucky. She received the last grant, so she's going for another one. So I wanted to just share a little bit of that with you. It is to renovate the engineering, design, and development wing or room and combine it with another room, which is fairly a substantial renovation. So you have in front of you pictures of the current and I guess the dream. It is each school can apply for up to $2.5 million. So we are applying for 2.4. It is, again, a well-written, very detailed grant. We'll see, coming on the heels of our approval for the ag upgrade. But, you know, it's it's all about how many around the state choose to apply, and if our project meets all the rubric criteria and so forth, and I believe it does, based on the amount of time that has been put into it. So obviously we support that tremendously, and if happens, will be another fantastic upgrade to Career Tech.
Yeah, and not, I
Yeah,
don't
go
mean to
ahead.
interrupt you, but what's really cool is that we will know in January.
Yeah.
And
It's relatively
the
quick
plan is to already, if we were to get it, I don't want to jinx it, it would be up and running for next school year.
Wow, that's great.
So that's pretty cool.
Just want to bring attention to, I guess, the wonderful things we do on behalf of the community as a school district. It was alluded to with the kids' presentation tonight with the can drive, and that's something that we do every year and have for as long as I've been here. But I want the community to know just how much and how engaged our staff, our principals, our schools, our leaders, our kids are in doing things on behalf of the community whenever asked. So certainly this is a tradition to support the canned food drive for the Oregon Welfare, and that goes out to needy families. But we do things throughout the year all the time for individuals when needed. You know, you guys see all the time how we're sharing out communications from our local community, and it's a lot the Y and the REC and a lot of our partnerships, but if it makes sense and it's good for kids, then I'm certainly happy to share it. And just the use of our facilities are constant, all the time. So I just want to thank all those folks for all their hard work, and thank the principals that are here and that aren't here for supporting that food drive every year. I know it's more work on you, but I think it's a great thing to do, so thank you very much. And just lastly, I want to thank Lindsay for her years of service on the Board of Education. Her last official meeting is tonight. So I appreciate everything you've done in your leadership. I just named a couple of things that we worked on, which is the strategic plan and curriculum committee and things that you really threw yourself into. And I do appreciate that. You were a great board member. I wish you the best. I know busy work schedule for you, and things are moving, but thank you, because this isn't an easy job, and I think you've learned that. So, but it can be a very hopefully rewarding job at some point. So thank you very much. And just welcome Mr. Jerry Eversman, who is our newly elected board member, and he'll be joining us here in January. He's a Clay grad and kind of a lifelong community guy that really has a vested interest in seeing positive things for our community. So in that, happy holidays, everyone. I wish you the best, and thank you very much for a great first semester. And we'll blink an eye, although there's no snow days, there's just started kids, nothing even close. So we'll see what next semester brings.
And the only possible fall day was on a Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't help either, did it?
Well, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Gregory?
I think the kids would like to put in for rain days. Now it's raining and it's dark.
Rain and wind, dark days, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason we don't let kids make the decisions on those types of things.
Okay, any old business? Okay, committee reports, finance.
No report?
Capital improvement is not here. Policy personnel, we're still waiting on our January meeting to finish the policy book. Academic.
In our meeting last week, we reviewed the third grade fall OST scores. This is the reading test that is given across the state of Ohio, and the trajectory, the positive trajectory for the district continues here as well. Just in the three buildings at that level, proficiency score changes are up 19% at Coy, 7% at Jerusalem, and 10% at Star. So we like to see those continued areas of growth, and the teachers and the parents are doing a great job working with the children to help elevate those scores. Upcoming dates of importance, final exams began today at Clay. They will continue for the next 2 days before the break begins. Classes resume on January the 4th. On January 4th through February 2nd, we'll have iReady reading and math diagnostic benchmarking, the windows for grade 5 through 8. January 8 and 9, facet rigorous curriculum design team training and work sessions. And then the second quarter ends already. We'll already be halfway through the school year on January the 10th. On January 12th is K through 6 PL Day and a 7 through 12 work day. And we are closed for the Martin Luther King Day holiday on January 15th. And that concludes the academic report.
Thank you. Legislative is not here. Student achievement, do we have anything?
Report.
You already did, sort of a report. Okay, board discussion, set a date for the organizational meeting. That has to be done within the first 15 days. Our regular meeting date would be January 16th, so if we back it up a week, it would be January 9th. Does that work?
Doesn't matter. And I'm not available that day, so it works out.
Oh, well, it worked out well. Mr. Zabisky, does it work?
I'm looking real quick, give me a second. Yeah, sure, it should be good.
Okay,
Wait,
and
what? Tuesday the 9th?
Tuesday the 9th.
Okay, yep, we're good.
And that would be organizational followed by the regular meeting. Okay with you, Mr. Dan?
Yes.
Okay.
Same 6 o'clock start time?
6 o'clock. Okay. Then,
Under the board, I just want to note the powerlifting team had their first meet of the year, I don't know, 3 hours away. But it was the biggest meet that they've had down there, 387 lifters, and the boys came in second, the girls came in second, and the combined team came in second overall down there. So it was a strong start to the season. The next one is in January, probably after the next board meeting, but they have the Clay Classic that they'll be hosting.
great, thank you. Cool. I just read something about the wrestlers. You had a wrestler who took first.
Garrett, Weisner.
Yes.
Garrett. No, it's not Garrett. Garrett, am I right?
Garrison.
Garrison, yeah, it wasn't registering right. Yeah, that's not right. Garrison, yeah, he did well.
Did very well, very well.
Just real quick, I don't know if it's possible if we want to just throw out a date, but I have several things in February for a work session. If we could maybe tentatively look at that Tuesday the 6th or one of the first couple of days, that first week of February, just to maybe get it on our calendar for a work session.
And there's no January work session?
I don't know when we would be able to squeeze it in, and I feel like the February meeting, there's going to be some contracts and some things that I want to be able to have some good discussion on, so would the 5th, 6th, or 7th, I know we've done different days over the time, it'd be a 5:30, or no, did we do 5 or did 5:30? I can't remember.
We think we did 5.
5 to
Did we do
6:30.
5? We started with 5.
5:30. We changed it a few times. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be available that week of the 5th. I'll be coming back from vacation the 5th, then I've got close on the 8th.
So that whole week you're out?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to squeeze in anything.
Would
Well, at the end of January, like we moved it up, say, that last week of January.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, if the first with the, because see, I'm gonna be out of town through the 30th, but could the Thursday the 1st?
That's when I leave.
Would you leave at that, the 31st will be pushing it, but all plans are to be back by the 31st. So we wanted to at least tentatively look at that Wednesday.
What about, oh, he's leaving February 1st.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
leaves on the 1st and is not
Sitting
back,
right
so.
for the second, okay.
And you're gone until the 31st. You'll be
No,
back.
I'll be back on the 30th.
All right.
So 31st should work just fine. Or if we can't do it, it's too tight, the week before the regular board meeting would be fine, too.
The 13th.
I don't know when Mr. Shea will be back. I know he'll be in for the February meeting. I just don't know what day his flight would be. Tentatively scheduled for the 31st, and then I guess if something happens.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so
So
5:30?
On the 31st,
Yeah, what works, Jeff?
Amy is over as 5.
Okay, let's shoot for 5 then. Perfect. Thank you, guys. That'd be great. It's Wednesday, the 31st.
At 5 p.m. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
member discussion. I just have a reminder of graduation on Thursday. Thank you to Lindsay. I want to echo what Mr. Gregory said. It's been a pleasure working with you. Appreciate your input. It's been very helpful. And we do have a new state superintendent. His name is Paul Kraft. He's from Buckeye Valley, Delaware, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what his job will actually be with the changes.
It's a good question.
But we do have a new superintendent. Anything further?
Jim, we are guaranteed at least one graduate on Thursday?
Guaranteed at least one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's worth showing up if you can.
You got it.
Okay.
If not, we'll have some good cookies here.
That's all you have to say.
I'm in.
Okay, so regular and special meetings, we have January 9th and January 31st. May I have a motion to close the meeting, please?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
And
Roll call.
roll call, Mr. Zavisky.
Yes.
Mrs. Cathers.
Yes.
Mr. Savin.
Yes.
Mrs. Molnar.